Alrighty guys, so you're gonna kind of see that as the course, you kind of get through the course, you'll start to see that it kind of gets a little bit more advanced. So what I did mention and the little setups that I showed you were kind of like unclean setups where the candles kind of look like this and they look like that and they look like that, you know, and drawing the Fibonacci's from the bottoms to the tops and not exactly at the market structure breaks, because not all the time are you going to have super clean candles. Not all the time. There's always going to be a lot of traffic here and there. 50% of the time it's going to look like that. It happens. But I want to kind of explain to you that setup. So looking on this setup right here, this is the European dollar and the New Zealand dollar right here. The euro and the NZD, sorry. So as you guys can kind of see here, so sorry about that. Anyways, you guys can kind of see here that if we were to run our Fibonacci from here to here, we have a perfect buy here in our golden zone, which ended up hitting take profit 3 for about 72 pips. Real clean, real nice trade. So as you guys can kind of see here, we kind of get into these little ripple effects. So we did have this potential push to the upside, which did get rejected. And then we had this push here. So you notice if we would have drew a wick from here to here, we could have gone stopped out. But since this isn't really looking too good, if we would have had if we would have had if we would have drew our Fibonacci from here to here, sorry guys, I'm a little distracted. I saw the funniest TikTok ever. You'll notice that with this traffic right here, basically that if you didn't catch this setup right here to here and you wanted to catch this one, you could have done this. And guess what? You still would have been a little saved. But this isn't always going to happen. Why? Because at the end of the day, this was the trade right here. This was the setup. And it ended up hitting take profit 2, which came back. And as you guys see in the previous videos, when this happens, you don't always win. You get screwed over sometimes. So even though we did have new lower lows being created, we're just going to drag it a little bit. And as you guys can see here, we did catch another entry here. And boom, it just started to melt. And it ended up hitting our take profit for about 100 pips, take profit 4, barely leaving the zone. So let's keep going and try to find more examples. So another thing that I kind of want to talk about is, as you guys see as we get through the course, you'll notice that basically it'll start to advance more, because this is more of like a beginners to more of like a basics to kind of like an expert course, you know, all in one, baby. Clean setup, boom, right there. Clean little retracement here and there. 764 rejection, golden zone, boom, take profit 1 hit. So I mean, nice little setups. So let's see if we can kind of find a little ripple setup right here. Let's see. You know, as you guys see, little clean setups here and there, just a bunch of consolidation. I don't really like to trade the euro and then ZD just because it moves like this. You know, nice. Ooh, this was a pretty nice move right here. Boom, golden zone, take profit 3 hit. Real nice, real clean. So let's go back to the 30-minute. Let's see if we can try to find something that'll kind of like show us something like that. Let's go here. Let's go try to find a setup. As you guys see, we don't find one here. So let's go in gold. Let's go in gold setups. Boom. See if we can find a little ripple effect setup here. Well, that was a nice clean short here on gold. 764 rejections, melting. Look at that. How many pips was this? I'm curious. Give me a second. Golden zone. Look at that. 260 pip move. Wow, massive actually. Let's see. So this is a nice little example right here. Trading one against the other. So what do we have here? We have market structure being broken to the upside. Golden zone. Melt 764. Came back. Melted again. But we had a fib long on a very bearish trend, with not really much confluences. What we had was retracement, came back down. Trend was still very bearish. 764 melted, so you can see here, did come back down here. So another one, beautiful. Look at that, clean, golden zone, melting, take profit 3, almost 4 being hit. So let's go right here. Now we're getting somewhere. I gotta find a really good example of this just because it's super rare this happens, but it does eventually happen. So look at this right here. Boom. Perfect example. We have this little ripple effect here, the golden zone, bunch of consolidation until we just got out of this zone. This is February 14th. So that was real nice. Now let's go highlight this zone and come back here on the 15-minute. You'll kind of see that it kind of did the same thing. You'll see that it kind of like rippled a little bit, which was this. So, I mean, you don't really see an entry, but you did kind of end up seeing an entry on this one after the pullback into the zone. And if you would have ran wicks from here to here, Fibonacci, look at our golden zone. Perfect. And then just one 15-minute candle, just shoof. Insane. So, I mean, you'll kind of see this little ripple effect happen here and there. Not all the time, guys. It's not all the time it's going to happen, but it is going to happen. I don't recommend you trade it until you start getting very familiar with the setups. So, as you guys can see here, from here to here, look at that, beautiful, melted. See if I can find a little setup. We got a little effect here, ripple. This looks like it was probably a 5-minute move. Let's go here in the 5-minute. This is the 31st of March. Yep, as you guys can see. Boom. Look at that. So we would have ran our fibs from here to here, top to bottom. We have our golden zone. Touched right here. Literally came almost and touched it back here. And then, oh wait, we did create new higher highs here, sorry. Boom. Touched it right there, exactly right there, and then just start coming back up. So this little ripple effect, you don't see it all the time, but when you do see it, if you want to trade it, be very careful. Run your Fibonacci's like how I've ran it. Look at all the time frames. Make sure your trend is either bullish or bearish in the direction that you want to go. So just make sure they're in confluence, that it makes sense. So all I can kind of say is just stay away, guys. I don't recommend it. I don't recommend it. Let me see if I can find another example here. Let me just, okay. Okay, look at this. We have market structure being broken to the downside on this one, actually. Oh, this is kind of ugly, not gonna lie. Came back here, ended up coming here, take profit 1 hit. No, very terrible example, actually. Just this right here, real clean. Oh, December, nice. Little ripple effect. Boom, golden zone, hit, take profit 3 smash, came back, same thing. Right here as well. Not really, but as you guys can see here, 56.8 respected, lovely. Right here, have new lower lows being created. Just a bunch of consolidation. Wouldn't even be in that trade, to be honest. But if we drag it back out, what do we see? 764 rejections. Nasty wake up actually here. That was probably news. And then coming back down. So these trades would have been stopped out 100%. But as you guys can kind of see, this little setup, I recommend you not to trade it just because, as you guys can see, you could have been stopped out before hitting take profit. So when it comes to little ripples, man, just stay away, guys. I really, really recommend you guys stay away from it. Recommend it 1,000,000%. Just try to stay away. You know, it's your best bet. Don't want to get caught in that just because you never really know where it's going. You always want to look for those really, really nice, clean quality setups. By the way, guys, I'm running off no sleep, so sorry about that. That was GU, by the way. For some reason, I thought that was gold. Now this is gold. Look at this little ripple effect. Golden zone, as you guys can see here. Take profit 3 smashed. Oof. Massive freaking move. That's 500 pips, by the way. Look at that. Insane. Let me show you these back-to-back ripple effects trades that I did take. Oh, it was gold. I'm tripping, guys. This right here, boom, gold. Nice. Look at this massive ripple effect over here, just ranging. Oh my God, look at that. You don't even know what to do there. I don't even know what to do there. Look at that. So then again, guys, like I said, man, like you guys really won't see it, but there will be situations where you guys will see it. So just be very, very careful. Always want to be very careful. This is probably a 764 rejection. Look at that. Oh my God. Called it. Shooting up. Be very careful. Always. So kind of stay away from those little consolidating setups. Always want to stay away. Always. See if I can find an example here on GJ. Can't really find an example, guys. But eventually you guys will run into them, and just stay away. Just stay away from those really consolidated candles or those really wicked out candles. Just always stay away from those. So anyways, thanks guys for watching this video. On to the next one.